Greet you all, students of third year. I am teaching paper first, Drama and Poetry, Unit A, The Merchant of Venice. We have already discussed several points earlier, and now it is in continuation. I'm going to focus on several other important points. And whenever we talk about romantic comedies, especially Shakespearean comedy, see, it is, always remember, it is designed for a stage performance. And when we talk about performance on the stage, what is the prominent and pivotal point here? Yes, action. And when we talk about action, students, it is integrated with these points. Yes. First of all is plot construction. Now Shakespeare, he has become popular for designing plots, and whenever we talk about plot construction, it is a design of a drama, of a comedy. See, he has been called a famous architect also. Now what is the job of architect? Designing buildings, splendid buildings, majestic and splendid buildings. We have seen. So here drama is also designing drama with acts and scenes, and all these are connected with each other, and it is called just like a living organism. Now living organism, in human body, all organs are very important. Hands, legs, face, mouth, all these organs are important. Likewise, here in drama, Shakespeare, with his remarkable dramatic skills in designing plots, they are beautifully interwoven with each other. And this is one of the important questions that you have to throw light on plot construction. So, plot construction, here we would discuss in much detail, but at least you should have idea here in Merchant of Venice that there are several, subplots also. Now, main plot, in every drama, we have one main plot. And what is the main plot here? See, we have all these points that here we are going to discuss today. See, plot construction, characterization, dialogues, famous scenes, and unity. Unity of place, time, and action. Now, they are connected with each other. See, we cannot say, oh, that plot construction, it is one point, so we will discuss it. See, characterization just in an isolation. No, they are integrated with each other. So, plot construction, in which here we have main plot and subplot. Now, what is the main plot in Merchant of Venice? That is Bond story. So, Bond story, what is that? Yes, then we would come to characterization, obviously. That's why I have here mentioned that these are interconnected. They are, yes, intensely connected with each other. So, characterization, main plot, we have story of two friends. Who are these two friends? Yes, this is what we have Antonio and Bassanio. These are two friends. And say, Bassanio is the connecting link between, say, main plot, that is Bond story, and casket story. That we will discuss in much detail. So first point, plot construction. And in plot construction, we have main plot and we have subplot. Main plot is Bond story, and subplot casket story. We have Lorenzo, Jessica, and love story, and ring episode. So now, what is important point to comprehend, students, that all these various plots, they are beautifully interwoven with each other, just as a living organism. Okay? So, plot construction in Shakespearean drama is very, very important. First and foremost important point. Then we have second important point, characterization. Characterization, remember, we have major characters and minor characters. We have major characters like Antonio, Bassanio, Gratiano, Shylock, Lorenzo. So we have Salerino, friends to Antonio. Then yes, famous heroine, Portia. You know, she's center of attraction. And center of attraction here, and Nerissa, then we have Jessica, all these other, and then we would discuss theme also later on. And as earlier, you know, I mentioned this point that Portia, she is an emblem of glory, grace, intelligence, brilliance. So she's one of the most brilliant heroines of Shakespearean comedy. Yes. So Portia, these are important characters. So we have major character and minor characters. Then, you know, when we talk about characterization, another important point is that we have good characters and bad characters. Okay, negative and positive. These two dimensions in Shakespearean comedy. And yes, I would come to the theme of poetic justice and other themes also that, yes, I will discuss in much detail. But then, you know, all these are interconnected as I have mentioned earlier this point. Then we have dialogues. Yes, Shakespeare again, he has got tremendous skill, remarkable skill in dialogues, you know, in making and creating and yes, framing dialogues. Yes, this is really a very important aspect of Shakespearean comedy. And dialogue, for instance, we have famous speech of mercy and Portia's speech of mercy, and even in other comedies of Shakespeare, as I discussed earlier, we have these dialogues. And now, what is the importance of dialogue? Yes, as I have told you earlier, Merchant of Venice, it is Shakespearean comedy and romantic comedy. We have, you know, we have expression of realism in it. So, realistic touch, in order to give realistic touch, the characters and dialogues, they are, you know, as if derived from real life. They are very close to us. And therefore, this is one of the important reasons that Dr. Samuel Johnson also pointed out that, yes, Shakespeare, his scenes are occupied by men and women. And they are, you know, dialogues as if very, very close to human life. They are taken from, yes, day-to-day life, and as if something, it happens around the society. So, dialogues are also very interesting. And since it is comedy, so we have sometimes, you know, very humorous dialogue, and these characters, especially, you know, Portia, she is, you know, really symbol of, yes, as I mentioned earlier, symbol of women empowerment. And what are the reasons? Women of substance, what are the characteristic features? What are qualities? What are traits? Yes, it is Portia's wit and wisdom. See the repartee, and so, you know, hilarious appeal we have, hilarious scenes, you know, in which make us laugh. So this is, you know, say the balance of mind, presence of mind, at the same time sense of humor in these various characters. Then famous scenes, yes. Then, you know, Shakespearean comedy. First of all, opening scenes are very important in Shakespearean comedy. And as it is, you know, it is your famous, we can say, sentence, famous dialogue, famous maxim, that Shakespearean comedy in the opening scene strikes the keynote. So this is strikes the keynote as you, what is the purpose of, you know, using key? You just open and you come to know about various important aspects, themes in this comedy. So for instance, when in opening scene that we would discuss in much detail, see, it begins with Antonio's dialogue. An opening scene in which Antonio, he's talking to his friends. And very significant point that, see, one of the most important characters in Shakespearean comedies, Antonio. He's very noble, kind-hearted, and he is symbol of goodness, symbol of righteousness, symbol of honesty, symbol of sacrifice. So that's why, see, Shakespeare deliberately intentionally he has started this comedy with Antonio's utterance, Antonio's dialogue, and when he is having conversation with his friends. Who are his friends? Selenio and Celerino. So opening scenes are very important. Then we have trial scene is also very important, in which, in which Portia, she is the center of attraction, and trial scene that we would discuss in much detail. But fourth point is famous scenes. So mind you students, these are very, very important points when we study a Shakespearean comedy. Then fifth point, unity. Now what is here unity? Unity of place. Means there must be some kind of symmetrical construction in it. It is united as one. For instance, unity of place, time and action. Place, for instance, here in this context, some scenes are taken place in Venice and some scenes in Belmont. So, and second is time. For instance, when you watch movie, say, all the scenes and incidents, episodes, they are conceptualized. They are encapsulated, engulfed just in 3 hours. So Shakespearean dramas, for say, there must be certain time period to complete. And what is that time period? 1 day, for instance. 3 hours, sometimes, it depends on that. Sometimes 2 innings, 2 sessions for, which is, time given for that. And representation of general nature is very important point, students, when you write an examination. See, in order to give realistic touch, realistic touch is very important for this, for the sake of realism. Even in human life, say, when we talk about unity of place, it's not possible that all the scenes, they are taken place here and they are confined to one place, only one city, one town. No, we tend to change. We have to move from one place to another place. Then most important unity is unity of action. Now what is unity of action? There must be some connectivity. I mean, one scene, there must be consistency in it. It's not that there is, some irrelevant scenes are there, and no. All these, it must be organized, arranged very symmetrically. So this kind of, organization is very important so far as unity of action is concerned. As I mentioned this point earlier, which is just like a living organism, human body. I mean, one scene is connected with other. For instance, we have main plot and subplot, but these are, intensely connected with each other. And that's why Shakespeare, he has become very popular, very famous, because of the unity of action also. Otherwise, what happened sometimes when you watch some movie, or say when you see some play, sometimes you may not be interested in that. And what is the reason of that? Because loosely organized. So the focus is on that there must be some kind of systematic organization, proper designing, some sequence, connectivity. There must be, symmetrical chain of incidents and events. Then it will be very, very interesting, and it arrests the readers and audience attraction. So this attraction is very, very important point so far as unity of action is concerned. Now, then I would focus on the theme. Now there are different themes, several themes, variety of themes in Merchant of Venice. The first theme that Shakespeare, the purpose of writing this Shakespearean comedy, students, this is very, very important point to comprehend. It's not that just to make you laugh. It's not just a sort of entertainment and amusement only. What is important point here? What is the purpose of writing it? Human relations, strengthening human relations, harmonious relationship among each other. So human relation and harmony, these are very important points to discuss. And see, the theme of women empowerment as Portia, she stands for, she's symbol of this women empowerment. Then we have, urgency of mercy. Mercy is very, kindness. People, they should be sympathetic to each other. So this mercy is one of the important themes in it. And we have ideal friendship between Antonio and Bassanio. So it's not that, it is necessary to do away with the conception of romantic comedy which is confined to love story, and no, these are very, very important things. Ideal friendship between, say, Antonio and Bassanio. Then we have, the importance of love in human life is one of the important theme, and most important theme is poetic justice. Yes, the theme of justice, and which is establishment of justice in human life. So see, establishment of what? Justice in human life is one of the most important themes in Shakespearean comedy. Now we have other, minor themes. Maybe, for instance, we have theme of trade and commerce. We have contrast between Venice and Belmont. These two places, Belmont and Venice, these are also other themes, but focus is on justice, establishment of justice. We have harmony in human life, human relations. We have ideal friendship. These are many kinds of themes, and the Shakespeare, he wants to highlight the significance of justice, significance of love, significance of harmony in human life. Thank you.